Brainstorming could be one of the best methods you can use or one of the worst. I'll go through both scenarios, but first let me make sure that you're given a description of what this technique is actually about. Well, it goes back to 1953 when Alex Fickney Osborne referred to brainstorming in his book titled Applied Imagination. The book came out in the same year. For those who have already deployed this technique, you might be completely confused after taking a closer look at the diagram currently appearing on your screen. I apologize if I have made your clarity unclear, but it is important to realize that the approach is not completely formless. I say this quite emphatically, as very often brainstorming is seen to be completely freeform. Now, I've already given you a hint why this approach could be one of the worst you can use, but let's not get ahead of the story. The method is intended to produce a broad set of different ideas or options. Brainstorming helps to answer particular questions like what options are available to resolve a certain issue, what factors are holding back the group from moving ahead or with an approach or an option, what could be causing the delay in a certain activity, or what can the group do to solve a specific problem. Brainstorming is best applied in a group since it relies on the experience and creativity of all the members of the group. That being said, you can perform this exercise on your own. Here are some ground rules. Number one, should be no longer than 30 minutes, not open-end as some people believe. Number two, contrary to popular belief, this exercise does require some preparation. For example, if you are the one conducting the exercise, you should have an idea of what kind of results you should be looking for. Another key element is setting expectations for the participants and establishing criteria to follow. Number three, there are no bad ideas and no time should be spent discussing whether they are good or bad. I don't need to tell you how counterproductive this could be. Number four, during the vast majority of the time allocated, the idea is for the participants to post as many ideas as possible. This should continue for 20-25 minutes. Number five, once you've reached the maximum time allotted, you, as a facilitator, need to say, stop. And you better mean it. Number six, then the group should spend the remaining 5 to 10 minutes looking at this data and trying to observe some patterns in the data. Again, no value judgment. Number seven, once the 30 minutes have been reached, the facilitator needs to say, stop, and mean it. Number eight, you can't just collect the information, thank the group for participation, pack your belongings, including the brainstorming results, and leave. Number nine, after you perform your analysis, make sure you share it with the group, unless you're not interested in asking them back for any participation in any other exercise you conduct, because they will clearly tell you no. Let's start with the negatives, because I'd like to leave this video lecture on a positive note. So, the problems with brainstorming sessions, as they are very often deployed, are, number one, they're endless. Number two, they're not facilitated, especially when individuals are allowed to be judgmental. And the third one is there is no follow-up. If performed correctly, this tool can be invaluable though. And it creates numerous positive artifacts, such as new ideas, cooperation between people, all participants can profit from the experience. If done properly, it can foster real team building as a byproduct. All good reasons to deploy this technique, right? Well, thanks for attending.